I'm super stoked to hear the rest of the album, and I know the rest of the Lil G's are. That's what your fans call themselves. I'm one of them. Do you remember how that started? How did Lil G's start?
That goes back like maybe 10. I can't remember how many years, probably maybe 10, close to 10 years, 8 to 8 years. But our fans have always been super interactive. We had the Big Gigantic Family Facebook group back in the day, and that kind of started, and that was, a lot of people talking about going to shows, going, talking about music, just kind of having that forum, and a community that just developed. We didn't start that. That was like a fan started that. As that kind of grew, and then we were obviously like in the group and kind of not crafting, but just kind of like being a part of that and growing that. As our shows got bigger, it seemed like we needed kind of that help from our fans to spread the vibe and be like an extension of us. And that's where the Lil G's came from. We definitely played with a lot of different names and stuff like that. I can't remember what they were, but yeah, Lil G's felt appropriate, and it's been great to have them at Red Rocks, for Rowdy Town and a ton of other shows. And we've done all these cool community related projects with them, and done fundraisers and gone to like feed people and help out local communities and stuff like that. And it's been cool to see how our fans have kind of taken that and ran with it. But it's cool because we're all about like the family vibe, community vibe, spreading the love, and the Little G's are our extension of that.
Like you said, they help kind of spread that vibe, but they also work in tandem with your foundation as well, which I think is amazing. And I mean, you guys don't have to do what you're doing. You can just make music and play and be done. So I'm curious, why did you feel the need to get involved with this foundation and maintain this relationship with your fans like you do?
Yeah, I mean, we've been working with various nonprofits and just kind of community oriented organizations, I guess, since the beginning. Our first show was a Conscious Alliance benefit. If you're not familiar with Conscious Alliance, they're super cool Colorado based nonprofit that raises money and food and clothing and stuff like that to help folks in Pine Ridge, at the Pine Ridge Reservation up there. But also it's expanded to being like country and worldwide. But yeah, so our first few shows were kind of Conscious Alliance benefits. We'd been involved with them, done some volunteering for them. And then as years progressed and we were doing, a lot of our own shows and they got bigger, we were like, man, it'd be great to figure out a way to raise money for, people that need it, and organizations that are trying to help out other communities and people in need. And we started a Big Gigantic Difference Foundation, and the Little G's are kind of tied into that volunteer wise, doing like really cool projects, like from cleaning up different parts of their city that they live in, to feeding homeless people, to setting up like kind of like a Goodwill clothing store that people can come like shop in for free, and just like so many different projects over the years. And then after doing a project, you can kind of become a volunteer at Red Rocks or at Rowdy Town at different events. So yeah, it's been cool to kind of do that. We built a computer lab for Youth on Record to help them, teach them how to make music, digital music, and because they have an after school program for schools where their music program was cut. So there's, we both grew up going to schools that had a music program, and that, kind of obviously helped us like at an early age. And I can't imagine going to a school that doesn't have art or music. So this Youth on Record, they started kind of a studio, and they have lessons and just a way for kids to have access to instruments and, teaching and everything. So we helped raise some money and build them a computer lab, which was really cool. And yeah, we've done various projects over the years. Super proud of what we've accomplished, and we got more to do.
I mean, I definitely have many ways to hype you guys up, whether it's your music or your 6 shows. But I think that is, that really is just taking on so much extra work. So I definitely commend you for that. That's awesome.
Thanks, man. Yeah. Yep. Just trying to spread the love.